Ball to Lively. Out front, here's Atcher with it. Atcher over to McVeigh. McVeigh holds it up. McVeigh looking. Back to Baldwin. Now McVeigh with it. Here's a three-pointer on the way by Lively. That is good.
Yeah, hangs the net on a nice rainbow shot by Lively. What you don't like there, John Harden, they're playing man-to-man, but when they do that with this lineup in there, they had a matchup with Pettigrew and Baldwin down inside, but Lesage had Lively. He didn't want to chase him out there the perimeter. They swing the ball. Warren had plenty of time to shoot it.
Second three of the night for Lively. He's got 8 points of the ball game, brings Etown back to within 3, 31-28.
Yeah, look for John Harden if they're going to stay man-to-man, maybe to do some sort of switch there. They can't have Lesage chasing Lively on the defensive end.
Ball knocked away by Lively. Give it back to John Harden. Jaron Mourning will inbounds the basketball. As looking for someone to get it to. Now Stallworth comes out to take it. Stallworth back to Mourning, over to Ricky Price. Price with it, back to Mourning. Mourning, Stallworth down in the corner. Kicks it out, Mourning with it. Now Price to Lesage. Cross-court pass, here's Mourning all alone. Fakes, now holds it up, down low. Lesage in the paint, splits the defenders, too strong. Ball knocked away out of bounds, it'll come back to Elizabethtown.
Well, that's a basket you'd like to have because there's a real good look deep in the lane for Lesage.
Point blank, just could not cash it in.
Yeah, another offensive possession though where they ran some clock and they got a really good look. If you're John Harden, that's what you want every time down the floor.
And then it comes the matter of also converting those opportunities, as right now it's a one-possession ball game. A three would tie it up for Elizabethtown, who has the basketball. Here's McVeigh, kicks it over. Lively, three on the way, tie ball game.
Yeah, right in front of us, and he shot two of them within about a 5-foot shot over here on the right-hand side. Both of them have looked super. They've been in and out of his hand.
Lively now with his third three of the ball game, 11 in the ball game. Tie contest at 31. The Etown crowd comes to their feet. Down low, knocked away, picked up by Etown. Atcher down to the other end, gets around, layup, scoop shot, doesn't go. Lesage just pulled that one out of the air.
Well, Atcher trying to draw a little bump and maybe get a basket too, left it short right in front of the rim. Lesage just snatches it.
Everyone on their feet here after that little exchange.
Well, that's a blown opportunity for Etown that time after Lesage missed a little one inside for John Harden. Both teams want to take advantage of those chances.
Stallworth will try a three. That is no good, but they're bailed out. A foul on Elizabethtown. As Bryson Adams will come into the ball game, Jaron Mourning sits down.
Not sure what the call was there. Nobody came to the table with a foul, but it's going to be John Harden ball out of bounds.
Not sure what that was there. Price is inbounding it in front of the John Harden cheering section.
And that's those spots right here, right in front of this crowd that you're not going to be able to see on TV. We'll tell you about them, but
Price answers with a three of his.
You can see that one as that one's on the far side of the floor. I'm sure we got a great look at that as Ricky Price knocks down the three to give John Harden the lead back.
34-31. 5:11 to go here in the third quarter. Baldwin with the basketball. They're looking down low. Here's Pettigrew with it. Goes up. Has it blocked away by Lesage.
Yeah, the first guy he gave a pump fake to. Lesage came on the second one as he goes up with it, get it from beside.
Price with it. Adams was calling for it in that left corner there. Stallworth, a three, will try it. It's going to be short. Rebound, Lesage tips it up and in.
And after Etown catches up with 31, John Harden on a 5-0 run to push it back out 36-31.
Down to the other end, here's McVeigh. Scoop shot goes up and draws the foul. And that's going to be on Bryson Adams. That'll be his third. Team first of the second half.
McVeigh made all his free throws in the first half, didn't he? All four of them?
4 of 4. In fact, Elizabethtown was 6 of 6 from the line. By contrast, John Harden 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. McVeigh's first free throw kicks off the back of the rim, no good. First miss of the night for Etown. As Chase Richardson will come into the ball game. Charlie Baldwin sits down with 4:42 to go here in the quarter. McVeigh's second free throw attempt is good. He's got 5 in the ball game. And it's down to a 36-32 ball game, so we played almost half the quarter. And Etown able to tie it, but John Harden answered as the ball gets away from Stallworth, and it comes back to Elizabethtown.
Well, a little bit of lack of focus there as Mays turns his head, really doesn't look the ball into his hands, goes right between them and out of bounds.
And the Bulldogs pick up with some full court pressure here. Down in that corner. That is Todd Atcher to inbounds it. Brandon Bland on top of him, gets it to Dustin McVeigh. McVeigh being guarded by Ricky Price.
As hot as it is in here, that pressure can wear on Etown as they're coming down the stretch.
McVeigh, spinning runner, got it.
Good job as he pushes the defense off of him with the power dribble. As the defense leaves, he spins back to the middle. Nobody there to help for John Harden. It's a pretty easy little shot.
McVeigh with 7 points in the ball game, 36-34. Etown draws back to within 2. Stallworth out front to Price. Here's Adams, thought about the three-pointer, cut off by Pettigrew. Lesage with it, kicks it out front. Price, Stallworth, over to Bland. Thought about the baseline jumper, now looking, spins it. Lesage pulls up, 12-footer on the way, is too strong. Pettigrew comes down with a rebound. Etown could tie it or take the lead. And a turnover travel against Lively as he just lost the handle. May have even slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, got it up against his body somehow. It might have slipped out, but once he hipped it or whatever, went down, and he couldn't be the one to pick it up or it was going to be a travel call. They're going to wipe the ball off again. These guys got to be sweating, Lee. I'm sitting here soaking wet, and they're running up and down the floor.
Ricky Price just a moment ago, as they're going to inbound it, he was rested up against the scorer's table there. He had one shoulder there right now, taking as much chance as you can rest as you can.
Yeah, I guarantee you there's a big sweaty spot laying on that vinyl down there in the front of the scorer's table, too. These guys are burning it up.
Outside, temperatures are in the 60s. Inside, probably in the 70s. And that's even before the intensity of this ball game. Here's Bland going to try a three-pointer. Got it.
Yep, that was good. Again, right in front of us and out of their hand. You can tell when it's online. That one's not only online, it's the right distance. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Bland with 14 in the ball game gives John Harden a 5-point lead, 39-34.
Yeah, Bland's made 3 outside shots, too. 3 three-pointers here in the ball game. So really stretching out his game. As he's usually a mid-range shooter, but he's stepping outside and knocking them in tonight.
The inbounds comes in to Dustin McVeigh. McVeigh will bring it across the time stripe.
Give Bland a lot of credit on the defensive end, too. You talked about how quiet Atcher had been. He's been shadowing him the whole night.
Down low, here's Richardson, pulls up, free throw line, jumper is no good. Rebound comes down to May Stallworth.
No hurry if you're John Harden. 5-point lead. You want to run your offense. Again, about a 30-second possession and a good shot is ideal for them.
Price with it, Stallworth. We talked about this in the region or the district championship game. Run that offense, but make sure every pass is solid. That one almost not solid, but Price able to track it down. Price to Stallworth. He will try a three-pointer. That's there.
Oh, great possession. Somebody down on the floor. Etcher down on the floor under there, under where Stallworth was. We're going to get an official timeout as Todd's still on his knees on the far side.
42-34, under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And Todd Atcher still trying to clear the cobwebs.
Didn't see what happened there. We focused on the ball going up. As Stallworth shot it in that vicinity and it went in, teams play on and you look over and Atcher's on the floor on that side.
And he will come off the floor. It looks like he's still trying to shake it off there.
Yeah, and they've got a sub for him or take a timeout. Coach Hare with him limping right here is going to take the opportunity. Go ahead and put the sub in. Walters gets the lineup.
2:54 to go here in the third quarter.
John Harden back out to 8 lead. Is that their biggest lead? I think they had that earlier, didn't they?
That matches their biggest lead. They've had it on a couple of occasions.
Etown got it tied at 31 since then. John Harden 11-3.
Actually, their longest lead on the night, as I'm looking at it, 25-16. That was in the second quarter. But they've had it out 8 or 9 points throughout the ball game. The question, though, what does Etown do right now?
Yeah, wisely a little housekeeping on the far side of the floor. As humid as it is tonight and as hot as it is in this gym, when the guys go to the floor, that sweat's not going to dry real quick. It's a slick spot over there. You don't want anybody to get hurt. The referee takes his own timeout and cleans it up.
Bland with 14 points in the ball game. 2 lead John Harden. Warren Lively's 11 paces Elizabethtown. Inbounds, Walters with it. Walters looking.
John Harden defensively tonight has had a great game plan. Hadn't allowed Etown very many easy looks, and they've also made them slow their pace, made them play slower than they'd like to. They hadn't really got any fast break opportunities. The one we saw, Atcher dropped that ball short, and Lesage pulled it back in.
Richardson had it knocked out of his hands, so Etown gets it back. The long inbounds, McVeigh being chased, Brandon Bland with it. Bland will hold it up. Under 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. John Harden with an 8-point lead.
Price shadows Lively where McVeigh can't get it to him, and then Bland blocks his attempt from top of the key.
Pettigrew pulls up with a 15-footer. That's an air ball.
Etown not getting good looks, and then the ball short. Coach Hare saying he got hit on the arms why it's so short, but the referees won't react to that.
Price over in the corner. Bland thought about the three-pointer, kicks it over to Stallworth, and that one just goes out of his hands, pass a little too high, and back over to Elizabethtown.
Well, that's not the possession you want when you're up 8. You'd love to run some clock and get a shot. They don't get a shot with the turnover.
As very quickly Bryson Adams and Greg Lesage will come back into the ball game. You get a feeling we're at a critical point in this ball game here right now. 8-point ball game. John gets a basket here, which would be double digits, would be critical, starting to slip away from Elizabethtown. Conversely, Etown makes a basket here. They're right back in it.
Yeah, and you think Coach Hare and Todd Atcher both kind of think that as Atcher stands up and kind of waits for Coach Hare to give him the signal, runs up here real quick to get back in the lineup.
2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. John Hardin 42, Elizabethtown 38. Third quarter of the regional championship game. Winner goes to the boys' Sweet 16 in Lexington. Looking down low for Pettigrew. It's batted away, and Jermaine Smith comes down with it.
You want to look in there, but you cannot force that pass. John Hardin's so active on the defensive end. Another deflection and a turnover on an interior pass.
Adams with the basketball. Back out front to Morning. Under 2 minutes to go here.
Etown needs a run. Their crowd's on their tails on the far side. You know, you got to get something going your way to get them back underneath you, and they can really pick up the momentum here. You're getting tired as we push down toward the fourth quarter. Crowd can play a part in the ball game, keeping these guys emotionally high.
Down low, ball batted away. Richardson comes up with it. 2-on-4. Richardson spinning. Runner to the basket. Blocked by Adams.
L10. They're going to count that as Adams gets it after it hits the board.
And Richardson with his fourth point of the ball game on the goaltend.
Allowed to chase Richardson.
42-36, and we talked about it a moment ago. That was the basket Etown needed right now. Got it down to a two-possession ball game.
Yeah, and Adams has incredible hops. About a 5'9" guy, and jumps up there and gets that ball coming off the backboard, headed toward the square.
John Hardin basketball up by 6. Sharon Moaning has Chase Richardson on him as he comes across the time stripe. The ball knocked away. Last touch by Etown.
Yeah, Richardson really coming up and body and getting his hands in there in the cookie jar right there. No call as he knocks it out of bounds. John Hardin will keep it.
Stallworth in, Mourning out for the Bulldogs. A minute 6 to go here in the quarter. 42-36, Jermaine Smith takes the basketball. Now Stallworth with it. Stallworth looking down low. They find Price, banks it in.
Yeah, they got the back pick off the little flex play on the baseline. Etown doesn't switch it out, gets lost in the traffic. Easy basket for Ricky Price.
44-36, 8-point lead now for John Hardin. Inside the final minute of this quarter, man-to-man defense. Richardson looking down low. Pettigrew goes up over Stallworth. Too strong, foul on John Hardin.
Well, they got him to shoot it long, but the foul call is going to give him 2 opportunities at the line.
Foul is going to be on Greg Lesage, and that is his third. Just the team's second on John Hardin. And now Stephon Pettigrew goes to the free throw stripe. He's got 8 points in the ball game. He'll have 2 free throws here. And you're getting to that point where every possession, Hugh, now is starting to take on huge consequences as Stallworth or Pettigrew misses the free throw.
Yeah, the missed free throw, you know, that's starting to pile up a little bit for Etown. They need to take advantage of all those opportunities. They made 17 out of 22 and coming back in the second half and winning the district final.
Substitutions into the ball game. Mourning comes back in. Adams sits down. Also Greg Lesage out of the ball game as Bland in the ball game. Bland, Price, Stallworth, Smith as a free throw good by Pettigrew for his 9th point. 44-37.
I'm John Hardin right here. I take the last shot of the quarter, going in no worse than 7 up.
Price with the basketball for John Hardin.
Etown in his own defense. I'd back this thing out and wait.
Price holds it up.
He's seen both sides of the floor a couple times now.
He's content to work. Now works off a screen set by Smith. Down to 20 seconds to go here in the quarter.
Hatcher and Smith banging at the top of the key.
Everybody is on their feet, especially on that John Hardin side where they really sense something here. Smith down in the paint. Pump fakes. Puts it up over Baldwin. Too strong. Fight for the rebound. Stallworth gets it back. Goes back up and rolls it in.
Oh, a strong move to get it in. Looked like he caught a pretty good bump with no whistle. He goes ahead and finishes the play.
Final shot of the quarter is no good. 3 quarters are in the books. The John Hardin Bulldogs may be just 8 minutes away from a trip to Lexington. They hold their own destiny in their hands now, up 9.
Yeah, but they've got to flash back, and Artie's got to get their attention over here. You have to remember the district tournament game. They lost the fourth quarter, 12-4 in that game. You can't have a poor fourth quarter here because you know Etown's going to do everything they can to make a run at you. You got to be solid. Again, I think John Hardin wants long possessions and good shots. You want open looks, but you want long possessions every time. Etown would love to see this game's pace pick up here in the fourth quarter.
Leading scorers in the ball game, it is Brandon Bland's 14 to pace John Hardin across the way.